What's going on, people? It's Ricardo Francis, aka Ricardo Lifting here. Today I'm going to take you through my leg workout. It was a quad dominant day, focusing mainly on quads and calves. There's a little bit of mobility work since I've suffered with a little bit of, I don't know if you call it sciatica, but it's a slight shooting pain down my left glute. So I have to do a lot of glute activation work before I get started. So that's why you'll see my warm up is a little bit extensive. But definitely prepares me for the workout. Before we continue, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with all of your friends, or at least one of your friends. Like, you know, if everybody just shared with one friend and each time they share with a friend, you know. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to it.
Alright, as usual, got to start with a great warm-up. So start with 90-degree hip rotations. I'm going from 90 degrees, rotating from each side to really open up and warm up those hips and glutes as well. Still getting warm, so I do world's second greatest stretch for 10 reps on each side, really opening up those hips again. And if you notice, I stretch back to reach for the hamstrings to get a stretch in the hamstrings and the glutes. So it's really about warming up myself, getting my hips open, getting my glutes to activate as well. As I said, I've been getting a slight glute pain. It might be impingement, it might be sciatica, who knows, but yeah. I really need to get warmed up before I start my leg workouts now. Okay, this one's a new one for me. So it's going from a good morning position into a squat, back into a good morning, back to standing. You're not meant to perform a squat like this, but it's a good warm up to really engage the hamstring and glutes, keeping the back straight and coming down as deep as you can into a squat. So this warm up, I took inspiration from Obi Vincent. He's a YouTuber as well. Go check him out. He's got a lot of good dynamic flows. He does a lot of cross lifting, so bodybuilding / Olympic weightlifting / CrossFit, but he's got a lot of good mobility drills. So I just took a little bit of inspiration from him. And as I said, glute activation is really important for me, so I went into Clam shells with the bands around my knees to really activate and squeeze those glutes. I have different coloured bands, increasing in resistance, so I did an ascending pyramid to just really get those glutes to fire up. So when I do squats, my glutes are taking over and they're activating properly. That way I kind of reduce the impingement going down my glute. I then go into barbell back squats. You notice I go as deep as possible, but even then it just looks like 90 degrees, and it kind of goes to show that when you aim to go as deep as possible, like as low as you can, most times that's just about parallel. So I really do want to work on getting a little bit deeper. So next I go into leg press, working in the rep range of 10 to 12, 4 sets, ascending pyramid, adding 2 plates at a time. Just to throw some good weight on my legs. And the next clip I'll show you my last working set. It really was a struggle, but I haven't lifted that kind of weight in a long time. Okay, so this one was a toughie. It was leg extension, German volume training style. So it's 10 reps, you get 10 seconds rest in between, and then you do another 10 reps until you completed 10 full sets. So it really keeps the blood circulating in those quads. Now you might notice that I might not be getting full range of motion. I'm coming up to contract, but I'm barely coming all the way down. And that's just because the quad's so tight and so pumped that it actually hurts to go down. But as long as you're getting all the sets and you're trying not to rest for any longer than 10 seconds, you should be good. And then just work on perfecting that. I used to do this for 2 to 3 rounds. This time only 1 round, because as it's been so long since I've done that kind of volume, and it really did burn out the quads. But definitely a great one to get the quads to pump and stimulate those quads, especially towards the end of the workout. And I have to finish off with calves. So I did 20 reps with my toes facing in. I hold it at the top for 20 seconds. Then 20 reps with my toes facing up. Again, hold it stretched for 20 seconds. And then 20 reps again, but toes facing outwards to finish off. So 60 reps in total. As you notice, the range of motion starts to get limited. And that's just because the blood's really circulating in those calves. So it's a hard one, but it's trying to get through it without resting those calves. But trust me, it's a burner. Just get through it and you will definitely feel those calves get stimulated.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, my leg workout, quad dominant focus. Yeah, it was a tough one. It was a toughie, but it felt good. It felt good getting back into heavier squats, trying to build it up. I got 140 on squats for 8 reps. But I want to build it up to 12 reps, so that's my aim. Also did heavy leg press. Now if you notice, I was just shy of 90 degrees, which is a little bit disappointing, but you'll notice there are 2 things. One, when you're doing leg press narrow feet, your hip kind of stops your movement, so you're not going to be able to go any further. Secondly, because it is heavyweight, you're a bit sensitive to go too far down, just in case you injure yourself or even the weight doesn't come back up. But I think it's fair to say it was a decent depth, just to overload the muscle and really throw some weight at it. I haven't done them kind of weights for a long time, so it feels good to be able to do that again. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, make sure you go and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't be watching this video without subscribing, and make sure you share this video with at least one friend. That's all I ask. Anyway, that's me. I'm out. Peace.